You're listening to Weekend Edition from NPR News.
Good morning, it's 9:35 and you're listening to 90.9 WHYY. A travel ban from India to the U.S. went into effect on Tuesday, May 4th, as the COVID-19 crisis intensifies in the South Asian country. I'm Priyanka Tiwari, and joining me right now is Diya Mathews. She's an attorney and a partner at Chugh LLP, which is an international firm specializing in immigration law. Hello, Diya, and thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Priyanka. Glad to be here.
Can you tell us exactly what this ban entails, who it affects, and who it doesn't?
So pretty much the travel ban is applicable to anybody who's been in India in the past 14 days. The exceptions are U.S. citizens and green card holders and certain other categories of people who have close ties to the United States. Spouses of U.S. citizens and green card holders, also an exception for parents of children who are U.S. citizens and green card holders, and for children of U.S. citizens and green card holders. Plus foreign nationals traveling to the U.S. at the invitation of the U.S. government to work on the COVID crisis containment and things like that.
Are international students exempted from this ban?
No, unfortunately, there's no carve-out for international students. And it is a pity because when you consider that international students constitute a large proportion of the immigrants to the United States and they contribute significantly to college funding as well. So this is going to impact that demographic as well.
How does this travel ban from India affect businesses in the U.S.?
If you look at the work visas in the U.S., right, like the H-1B and the L-1, about 70% of it is actually used by Indian nationals. And so most of the folks who've been stuck abroad because of the travel ban are people in these work visas, and they predominantly work in the tech sector. From what I hear, anecdotally, most of these workers who traveled to India in the past few months, they were forced to go because they had to, attend to aging parents who are affected by COVID. Many of them might have the option of working remote from India, but it's definitely going to hamper the efficiency for the businesses employing them. They're going to have to pivot and see how best to manage the situation.
What are the repercussions of defying this ban?
If you try circumvent the regulations and come back, you are going to be subject to deportation. So the best solution for people who are impacted would be to apply for something called a national interest exemption. You show that your travel back to the United States is essential because you are, your work here or your presence here is necessary in the national interest. But even to apply for this national interest exemption, you have to go to the consulate and make an application in person. And that's not going to be possible at the moment because most of these consulates in India, they're either closed or they're working at minimal capacity. The other potential, way to get here is maybe you go to another country and you quarantine there for 14 days and then travel into the U.S. So this is a strategy that many other, countries that have been impacted by the prior travel bans like Brazil, China, and the EU, that's what they do at the moment because there are similar travel bans for them.
And any idea when this travel ban will be lifted?
So if you look at the language of the proclamation, it's open-ended. The president has the authority to revisit this every 30 days. The government can keep extending the travel ban for the foreseeable future. We hope that they will lift this, just considering the sheer number of people who are affected by this. And if they're looking at data, right, this seems to be a travel ban that's triggered by the data coming out of India. So once the numbers go down, we hope that the government will actually lift this. They just have to be patient.
Diya Mathews, she's an attorney and a partner at Chugh LLP, which is an international firm specializing in immigration law. Diya, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to me.
Thank you, Priyanka.
I'm Priyanka Tiwari. This is WHYY. And on a personal note, my mother is currently in India. Mom, I miss you. Can't wait to see and hug you. Happy Mother's Day.
Supporting WHYY, CFG Health Network is celebrating Nurses Week, honoring all nurses in their dedicated service. Currently hiring RNs, LPNs, and nurse management positions. Information at cfghealthnetwork.com.